Hello, good evening. Um, I decided to do a stream for Halloween. Um, and I figured if anybody had any creepy stories that had to do with gang stalking or their targeting, we could hear them. But for right now, um, you see my cat club bit the hell out of me on my lip the other day. Really, really good. Got a hold of me and was just, well, actually, he just scratched across me and it just tore me pretty good, but that's okay. But I'm going to, for the meantime, I'm going to play some creepy V2K recordings that I have um, that are just, just creepy sounding because sometimes they use the demon voice and the robot voice. And I'm just going to find one that's fairly long so that I can, listen to it. We'll try this. I want to find one that's actually not got a bunch of static. So we're gonna try this one because they kind of sound like an EVP, considering it is a disembodied voice or voices.
I'm laying here on my bed, just recording. They're still using the V2K, but they've modulated it down so low that I don't know how well this will hear it. Even though the little VU meter is bouncing. Ian next door is over there screaming it's bullshit, saying I'm on there with him, which I'm not, ever. Little piece of shit. Larry just said every day this bitch is recording us on V2K. Yep, I'm recording your V2K, bitch. Because you're harassing me with it 24/7. Every day you harass me with this shit. Yeah, tell him on your wall, you little prick. bullshit. Every day you do this shit to me. He said, every day you do this to me. Fuck you, you lying little bastard. Fuck you, Ian Cinder, you lying little shit. Yeah, you are a crazy bastard, Ian Cinder. Evil little fuck.
As you can hear, I was a little bit annoyed that day. There he is saying he's crazy, saying I'm crazy. But you know, I, I'm laying there in my bed recording this stuff, which is in a setting just like this with no noise going, nothing happening, and you hear all this stuff. Saying my name over and over, and I hate you, asshole, and this and that. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was a tea burp.
Yeah, I'm laying down with my eyes closed, asshole.
The reason why I said I'm laying down with my eyes closed is because they're using the remote neural monitoring to show what's going on, you know, as if it were a movie. And if you are a targeted individual, you know the horrors that entail, that they will torture you with whatever imagined scenario, dinosaurs, vampires, whatever, rape scenes, all just whatever they can imagine, they'll visualize and force you to watch. Hello, John. I don't know. I could try, I guess. Let's just see. I don't know if you have captions. Uh, See, because I don't know if StreamYard has that ability. Um, um, it doesn't show anything that I see here in the settings, and I don't see anything down at the bottom where it has about captions. No, I'm not seeing anything about captioning. No, I'm not finding anything to do with captioning on StreamYard. I know that in the regular the encoder of YouTube it has in just a regular, using YouTube's live stream, you can auto generate captions, but StreamYard apparently does not have that capability. Like my cat scratch, my cat bite. But as I say, when I play these recordings, my name is Scott Schmier, Scott Shimmer. They call me Scotty Shimmer on here all the time, and they're all constantly saying my name, calling me an a-hole, saying F you, all that. And they hate me and gonna kill you and your family, blah, 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 blah. But as a target, you know the drill, don't you, John? If you want to see something really creepy, I can sit here and read the chat, right? And even though this is a recording of them on V2K months ago, right? This is an older one. You will hear what I'm reading come through. And I'll do it. I'll read the chat. I'll sit here and I'll look at the chat and I'll read the chat. And they'll repeat it. Now, I know they know what I'm doing, and that they do it anyway. Even they're not afraid of being caught. So here we go.
Yeah, you just said right there, I hate you, you dirty son of a bitch.
Here we go. I just basically read the chat to myself in my head, and if you were listening closely, you heard exactly what I was reading if you were reading it along with me. Want to try it again? Watch. So I'm going to start with the post that I made. If you have a gang stalking horror story, come on down.
They keep showing me this little, I don't know, minor girl that they were raping.
Right at the end there, I read what you just typed where you said, yes, heard that. So explain that to me, that's not fucking creepy, right? Right? That right there is synthetic telepathy via remote neural monitoring done right before your eyes. On a recording. This is a recording. This is, like I said, a months old recording of V2K frequencies.
And they keep showing me image.
Would you like me to do it again? Would you like me to show you it again? Or was that sufficient? I mean, you said you heard it. So I'll read the line you wrote. If you could get a recording to an audio editor, could help Lexus easy to use. Okay?
I was supposed to alert my wife.
Something wrong?
And he says, oh, that's personal. Yeah, it is, you piece of shit.
I'm going to read just what you just typed. So I just read that sentence you just wrote about. Yes, definitely weird. They are very crafty. I didn't speak it. All I did was read it. So as creepy as that is, as creepy as this technology is, what you've just seen is not nearly as creepy and horrifying as them implanting images in your head via remote neural monitoring of of heinous things. Just I don't even want to explain some of them. Heinous things that they say, heinous things that they show you, heinous lies they make up about you, project you having, homosexual experiences or murdering people and the others, just whatever they decide to do at any given time. And was that you, John, that said you heard the song I was making up in Winco called Perp World, talking about evil gang stalker, bullshit talker, even grandma with her walker? It's a perp world. I was making that song up in Winco as I walked around. And I think it was you that said you heard it on another channel. If you happen to find that channel again with that song on it, please let me know.
You keep saying you hate me, piece of crap. You're rapists, murderers, and thieves.
Yeah, the same way with me. The images were earlier on, even while you were awake, right? But now it's mainly they screw with you in your dreams, right? Right? That's what they do with me. Well, maybe since you told me that you saw it, they might have removed it. Um, because when I found the book that they wrote about me, right? I found an online book that they wrote about me. And between the time I went and posted the link to it on my Facebook, they deleted it. Now the page that where it was at was still there, but they had deleted the book.
said he'll take everything back he ever said if I quit saying he's a rapist and how he raped people.
Okay, you hear what I said right there as I was recording this, how I said they said they'll take everything back and whatever as long as I quit saying they're rapists and blah blah blah, all that crap. Don't listen to that kind of shit, because they're not going to do anything like that. If you give in, if you even give the slightest indication that you give in, they feel they've won and now they can do whatever they want, if you understand what I mean. If they get any kind of consent, whatever, that, or indication that you give up, they're going to go harder. I haven't experienced it, but I'm sure they will, because I've heard other people say that. Oh, you did? You found a chip, did you? Go get it removed.
Well, that ain't happening. And you can hear him talking other than using the V2K next door.
See, that's just the thing. What I just said there about they're broadcasting the V2K in here, but at times that's how I basically understand that he's one of the ones broadcasting, or is watching it and watching me, because I hear what's coming out of here come out of there. And he'll say stuff out his door about me and to me and harass me and talk shit as he gets out of his car, and things like that. It's not like they try to hide that they're stalking you. That's good that you don't believe a word they say, because they're all lying. They're liars. Even if anything is half true that they say, there's lies in there. They'll manipulate it to become a lie for them.
He just said everything I say he's repeating.
And when I say that I know exactly who several of the people are behind it, I do know, and I have proof of it.
Trying to say I'm blaming them. No, I'm exposing you. He just said, damn it, Scotty Schmear. So if you don't believe I'm the focus, all you gotta do is listen for my name every couple seconds. ever since the day my wife and I were over at his house one time, and he scanned me on his computer, the V2K and the remote neural monitoring had been horrible. That's Ian Sender I'm talking about. Of course, there are other ones in the park that are involved in it, like Rhonda Burjanowski, Michael Burjanowski, Joe Vigil, Grace Bember, Laura, I don't know her name, and then Gino and Colleen, I don't know their last names either. But Ray Madrid's involved, Helen up there's involved. There's a bunch of them involved. The manager, Ron Contreras, is involved. People on YouTube, part of the comic book community, started this shit.
What I just said there, all of that is absolute truth.
They said, oh, I better never play this recording and ever say that. Well, whatever.
Yeah, where I said, they said I better never play this recording or ever say that. That was preceded by, oh, we're going to kill you for this. So just for fun here, when they tell you horror stories aren't real, monsters don't exist, like Halloween and that, these people are monsters. These are real live monsters.
Adam, who's a friend of the Burjanowskis, he's a part of this shit too.
Did you hear that, John? I just read what you just typed and they just repeated it, that it's definitely a horror story being targeted.
He just said right there John Dillard's involved. Don't forget John Dillard. He says, don't forget to say Mike Miller. There are other people in that community. They're in on it.
Right there after the Dillard and Miller comments, they just said, you know, Audio Slave is behind this because they stole your music years ago. Right there, he just said, Audio Slave is the money. Actually, I have proof that they were impersonating me on Zoom streaming on YouTube a couple years ago. So I'm sure they still do it on Zoom, and they impersonate me with a fake me and using my voice on Zoom, because I personally have never been on Zoom. I've never used Zoom. I never intend to use Zoom. Not because I know anything about it or that it's bad or anything, but I just don't intend to, and I'm not going to, and I never have. But they use my likeness and my voice and this crap, this B2K crap on Zoom. And probably all the images of whatever the hell they're pulling from me that they create.
They just said, that's ridiculous, you bastard. It's so ridiculous. Why are you hearing it and saying all that shit?
So do I, TL. 24/7. Even while I'm doing this right now, they're doing. Obviously, you know that because of what has just transpired here with me, reading to myself the chat and it coming out in this a months old recording, several months old. This is probably from I can't remember, maybe the middle of October, somewhere when I bought this, because I was recording overnight a lot and doing stuff with it. So this is an old recording. This one right here actually only is a few months old, because that's when they told me about the people I mentioned there that are behind this shit. They actually are so arrogant now that they feel that there's nothing that can ever happen to them. So why shouldn't they say who's involved in it?
Because you bastards are using this technology and spying on me. And streaming some bullshit somewhere, impersonating me. Said, you're minding your own business, aren't you, Schmear? Yeah, I am. He said, Scotty, you're going to get killed doing this. We'll see.
Right there again, they said, Scotty, if you play this, we're going to kill you. They just can't stop saying it. They can't stop saying that they're going to kill me. What do you mean you know of a non-TI channel who knows about this? Yeah, you asked him for information about what? What exactly do you mean, John? Because I understand that there are channels that the people aren't TIs, that are gang stalkers, that use pseudonyms and information talking about targets and code words to talk about targets in a nondescript fashion on their programs. So even though they're talking about a bad hair day or some music or some artwork or some other non-involved crap, they're really talking about a target.
for now. That was sufficient.
Okay. Okay, I might do that. What's his channel regarding? Because obviously it's not about, gang stalking or targeting, since it was just a half topic for him. But that was the extent of that particular V2K recording. It was 20 minutes and 30 some seconds. 26 minutes and 30 some seconds. Hi, Donnie 64. But yeah, I guess I'll check out his YT channel just on your say so. But as I do with every other channel, I'll reserve any anyway. I'm doing. How are you doing? And I'm just sitting here Halloween. Ah. What? No. Sorry. My wife was laughing at something she's watching. But as Halloween goes, so John, would you be interested in coming up and talking about your experiences? Or maybe like I say, a horror story you might have to do with gang stalking? Or RNM or V2K and the like? YouTube won't let you go to sleep, huh? I'll go ahead and pop the link out here for you, just in case you want to come up here. John here. If you feel like coming up and chatting a little bit. Generally, I imagine people don't come in here very often if they don't have at least a rough idea of what gang stalking and electronic harassment and V2K, remote neural monitoring, street theater, doxing, all that identity theft has to do with. Theft of intellectual property, all of those things go along with it. Ruination of your credibility, or at least they try to. But you're too nosy? Well, It depends on what you do with your nosiness, whether you're too nosy or not. Do you use it for the good of others, or do you just be nosy to be nosy? Oh, well, uh, I wouldn't try to give you a bad experience, and if you don't feel like it, that's fine too. I'm not trying to force you to come up and talk about anything. Both. Oh, well, at least you're halfway good about it. Um, but if 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 you aren't a target, it's a really deep subject to try and wrap your mind around. Um, but if you are a target, you've pretty much experienced a lot of the things that I talk about on my channel and have a intimate understanding at how awful and how disgusting the people that perpetrate gang stalking against targets is. Um, there are situations on YouTube right now, where people do cyber stalking and doxing and go real life. Well, this is a different animal than just the harassment by phone and crappy Facebook messages that they give you or whatever. It includes all those, but um, as far as cyber harassment goes, it doesn't go as real life as gang stalking, where they will follow you home and literally um, have a group of people uh, follow you around, watch you 24/7, harass you 24/7, and use what you've just heard here on the recording, which is not unlike Audio Spotlight, which only the target is able to hear. And it's a 24/7 hate speech, threats, demeaning, degrading behavior by a group of people 24/7. I'm not, I mean, even while you're sleeping, they're screwing with you in your sleep and affecting your dreams using the remote neural monitoring. It's not an ordinary type of, you know, stalking behavior. Um, the the weapons they use are designed to break you down physically, mentally, and in a long-term fashion cause you to kill yourself, lose your mind, or harm someone else and get yourself incarcerated or put in a loony bin. But the ultimate goal is to destroy your life. That's the ultimate goal. And they will stop at nothing to do this. They don't have any moral turpitude against it. Their remorse isn't there, empathy isn't there. Uh, they don't care what they have to do, how much they have to lie, how much they have to steal, how much they have to degrade, and not just you, the target, everybody that you associate with. They use them in the process. So it's not only the target that is targeted, it's everyone they know. Family members, friends, casual acquaintances, work acquaintances, just everyone. And they use them because they're able, with remote neuromonitoring, which is a brain to computer interface, is the technology. They are able to manipulate people, all kinds of crap. So it's just ridiculous. Good word for it, but ludicrous is better. I cope like any other target copes. You can't turn it off. Like, let's say you're being harassed by a group of people on YouTube, right, that are saying bad shit about you. You just don't go there anymore, right? You don't have to go there and listen to it, right? Or if they're harassing you on the phone, you don't have to answer the phone call. This is different. They are broadcasting and projecting this shit to you 24/7. It's not like you can turn it off. There's no disconnect feature. You can't not look at their YouTube channel. You can't, scroll by the meme. There's no getting away because they're forcing it on you. It's a torture mechanism. And I know people they've killed using it personally. And they do it over time. And they do it in such a fashion where they don't have to touch you. They don't have to make physical contact with you because the way the mechanism works and the program works, they can affect your organs remotely. They can affect your brain remotely. They glean all your information remotely. They listen to everything you're saying remotely. It's not like there's surveillance cameras. There's no microphones. There's no spooks running around in white vans hovering around your neighborhood. It's once you're scanned via remote neural monitoring, you now are physically the camera. Your eyes are the camera. They can see everything through what you're seeing. They can hear everything through what you're hearing, and they hear everything you're thinking, and they see everything you're thinking. Like I say all the time, you don't have to take my word for it. You can research remote neural monitoring and V2K yourself, and it's creepy. It's some creepy shit. It's bizarre. Something like you'd think you'd see in a sci-fi movie, only it's happening to hundreds of people around the world. And it's the big secret that isn't a secret. And like I say, the problem with it is they can attack anybody. I'm fairly certain of the opinion, and through my research, that it is exactly what's happening to the CIA agents and public officials that are being attacked with Havana syndrome, because the symptoms are the same. And the problem with that is those people have secrets that are meant to stay secret that can affect the masses. That's the main problem. That's why gang stalking and being a target is a horror story to be talked about on Halloween, because it's a nightmare. It's terror. It's a terrorism. You watch horror movies of people being tormented and tortured. Well, this is a 24/7, 365 torture story, torture movie, but you're living it. Now, I don't know right now when I'm not speaking if you can hear the V2K, if this microphone is picking it up, because a while back I boosted the microphone in this camera, and it was set up to be it was set up for when I used to use a video game headset. I used to have a headset and a microphone, so I reconfigured everything, and I went back and I looked at a couple of my videos, and you can hear them on V2K in the background, even though it's quiet in here. Just like you can hear my dog over here snoring, because it picks it up. There's one I looked at recently that has a lot of what I call the robot voice, where they use a robot generated voice. There for a while they would use a demon sounding voice, or like a devil sounding voice. But here lately they don't do that stuff so much, because they know I'm not afraid. And that's what those voices are designed for, is to make you feel like you're being, harassed by demons or aliens or whatever. And once you get past that cock and bull story that they try and run on you, like they're MIB or they're FBI or they're demons or they're aliens, and these are all stories that they will put to you. By that time, and they understand that so they know it's not going to affect you like that. What, the guy on YT is involved? What guy? John, what guy? There are a lot of people on YT that are involved in this. I could probably point 50 of them out to you. Maybe more. Well, see, that's just it, John. They used my dead sister's voice against me. Tried to use my dead sister. They tried to use one of my living sisters. They tried to use but they're always saying, "Oh, this is your mother speaking." My mother's been dead as long as my sister. I have one of these scumbags. I've said before, I created a memorial page on Facebook for my dead brother, just for myself, and never inputted any information on it, just his name. No birthday, didn't add nobody, didn't use it. It was just a page for me, to have, and for when I came up with some pictures of him. Well, they hacked it. Somebody took it over, added their phone number connected to it, which I've messaged them. I said, you fucking scumbag, what are you doing using this page? This is my dead brother's Facebook and I created it. And who the fuck are you? They added people from my friends list. They put my birth date on it, and we're playing a video game called Mercenaries at War. Well, I have since been able to basically keep them off of it, because just the other night someone tried to access my Facebook after I changed my passwords and everything, and in a way that even I don't know the passwords. So I'm certain know, John, that they can know all your passwords via remote neural monitoring. So keeping people out of your stuff, that's how I've been able to keep them from destroying my my credibility here on YouTube by going and impersonating me when I'm not on, and going to channels and talking shit to people, or impersonating me like on other places, which I can't stop. But using the method of random password generator and not looking at it and covering it up with my hand, right? Covering it up, and select all and copy and paste it into whatever application or website I'm going to, and let Google handle that. If it ever gets hacked again, I'll do it again. But I first got, paid for Norton LifeLock and Norton 360 and made sure that, there's no keyloggers and none of that crap on my computer. And then I changed everything. And I haven't been hacked since that I know of. But they have access to my Wi-Fi password, because I can't really change that, because I can't do a copy and paste of that, and let Google handle it. So I know they have the Wi-Fi password no matter what I change it to. Well, I understand there are things you don't want to say on here, but even though you don't say them on here, they're listening to you. They already know what you're thinking. You know that. That's part of the reason I don't use a screen name. Why I don't bother trying to hide my identity, because you can't hide your identity from these people. And in fact, if you do try to hide behind a screen name, they can screw you over even more, because then you can't prove who you are. If you see my point. And that's what they want. That's what I mean, buddy. That's exactly what I mean. You're using a nondescript name, John, that doesn't say anything about you. And they can do whatever they want with that, because you're anonymous. So that means anybody can be you anonymously. So just like here on my YouTube, I have a little check mark by my name, right? That authenticates that I'm Scott Lee Schmear. And my screen name is Scott Schmear. I am me. You're not taking that from me, no matter how many fucking joke screen, YouTube channels you make about it. They're not going to have that little check mark. That's why I don't try to hide my identity, because I don't have anything to hide. You can look at my public records all you want. You're not going to find anything on them. You're not going to find crimes. You're not going to find bad shit on me, because I don't do bad shit. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I don't know how better to explain it. They use your anonymity too. So, like I've been saying, it is a horror story, not just for Halloween. It's Halloween 24/7, 365, because the monsters are real. They're people, but they're psychotic, sociopathic, narcissist, pervert, rapist, murderer, thieves, organized syndicate criminals. Oh, well, yeah, they'll arrest the targets, right? But not the people targeting the target. And that says to me that, you guessed it, they're part of it. I mean, if they're not willing to listen to the person that's being harassed, but um, if you breathe on the person harassing you wrong, you're arrested. Um, the target can come at you with a hatchet, threaten you all they want, but if you complain, you're the crazy one, right? Because in actuality, the target is the good guy that's not doing any fucking thing wrong, but all these other people are fucking harassing him, defaming him, lying about him, shaming, framing, blaming, naming, and they don't get affected because they're getting paid to do that shit.
Oh, that.
So that's it, simply. That's the horror story that is gang stalking. So happy Halloween. But as I see it, the only way that targets will get anything substantially done about it will be via international tribunal in front of somebody like the UN, or even though it's pretty much extinct, the Geneva Convention. Something along that lines, an international entity that will do something about it here in the US, UK, India, all over the place, because that's where it is. And it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected. They all know each other. They're all part of the shit. They all know each other. I'm guaranteed that. Because it doesn't matter where you go, they're gonna follow you. So there's got to be a network of them around the world. And I know that because I know a couple people that left from the U.S., went to another country like the U.K., and then went to Germany and then to Spain, and they followed them every place they went. Everywhere you go across the US of A, you're going to get followed. They're always talking about move. My neighbors are all saying, move, move. I'm not moving because I know who you are and I know what you are and I'm familiar with you. So I'm not going somewhere else where I'm not familiar with a new group of gang stalkers. So I intend to bust the bastards right here where I'm at. Right here. Right here where I'm at. I'm out of tea. To be honest, John, I don't know if there is one. Short of what's been happening with the Havana syndrome and them attacking CIA and Pentagon personnel, people of, official stature. As I said in the last video, it was talking about what could be possibly be done and how to try and do something about it. Since they are attacking CIA agents. And the funny thing about that was when I look at Havana syndrome, that none of those cases of the 200 and some odd cases that are reporting it, they're CIA agents and public officials, but there's no FBI cases. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying when I say that. There are no cases of FBI agents reporting being attacked in this manner. Yet, the FBI is investigating Havana syndrome. Why does the CIA, a world intelligence agency, the Central Intelligence Agency, need a lesser agency, and I say that, of the FBI investigating what's happening to them? Doesn't make any sense. So on that note, like I said, I have no more tea in my cup, and I've been on here now an hour and 20 some minutes. I suppose it's about time for me to sign off, and oh well, yeah, of course. There's never a recognition of V2K and remote neural monitoring. Granted, the popping and all that stuff that they're having, the nausea, the dizziness, the disorientation, that goes along with, you probably remember when you were right before you first started feeling V2K and remote neural monitoring, the nausea, the dizziness, the disorientation, the overwhelmed feeling, where like you felt like you were being closed in on. Those agents are now being remote neural monitored. I'm absolutely certain of that. They've turned those agents into surveillance equipment. And you take care too. I think on that note, I'm going to call it a night and have a happy Halloween.